Hey, 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 greetings unto you all. Peace and blessings to you wherever you are in the globe. This is Moses Adesimilolu, the co-founder of Rise Business Solutions. And what do we do at Rise? We definitely help enthusiastic, motivated individuals to level up their life and to start a tax business or scaling their tax business to be successful and profitable. Guys, we are here for another nice webinar talk in which we are going to be discussing the importance of having a positive mental attitude, especially as a tax preparer, right? The importance of this. Can we all agree that in life alone, we all need to have some kind of positive mental attitude? In life, we need to have some kind of insight that we could get to look at life and seeing the best out of it. Let me give you a quick story. There's always a man who has always wanted to see the good in everything. In his life, he always saw the good. And there was one particular man who was actually disturbed by this. And this man was like, you know what? I want to make sure that this guy sees something bad. I'm going to show him something bad just so he will at least see something bad, right? So the guy picked him up, took him out. They went going, strolling, going to different places. And upon this, he was showing him different things. Showed him a dilapidated building. And it was like, hey, look at this building. This building looks really, really bad. And the man that sees the good thing was like, hey, at least this has some shining windows. The guy's like, huh? That's a bad building. Okay, let's keep it going. He showed him a dead dog on the road. And he was like, hey, look at this dead dog. It's just taking up, smelling the whole place. It's just dead, just being, being a nuisance to the community. And the man that saw the good obviously said, hey, doesn't that dog have some nice shiny teeth? Ladies and gentlemen, it's very important that we see the good in our life and actually use that to start to see how this manifests into our lives, how this manifests. Our thoughts are always creating our reality at all times. So it's always important to see how this good is manifesting in our lives, especially when we are seeing the good in everything. So having a positive mental attitude as a tax professional is something that we could use in our daily lives. It's something that we could use in our tax industry. And it's something that we could definitely use to be successful and stand out as a tax preparer. Guys, I remember when I first started doing taxes, man, before I ever started doing taxes, let me just give you a quick recap of my story and how positive mental attitude can really help you out in life. Now, prior to me doing taxes, I graduated with an accounting degree, bachelor's in accounting degree, right? And with me not having no records like that, felony records and all sorts of things that hinder somebody from getting a job, I was like, hey, you know what? I'm ready to live this American dream. Where is it at? If you don't know my story, I came from Africa. If you see the way I'm dressed, I came straight from Africa, coming over here and just having to do things in life to make ends meet. So when I finally got my bachelor's in accounting, I was like, okay, well, now I actually have a degree under my belt. I could go out there and just live the American dream, right? It was something remarkable that happened that was more of a blessing in disguise. Nobody gave me a chance to work in the community or work in their company as an accountant. And at first, this was devastating. This was something that really hit me so hard. And I was just like, damn, how can I just not get a good job? Upon realizing this, I said, you know what? I have to have a positive mental attitude with myself. And I have to do something. I have to make something happen. So this pushed me to start to do taxes on TurboTax. And doing taxes on TurboTax, fast forward, here I am right now, running a tax business, owning multiple offices, having to do this in a better insight, in a better positive light. What am I saying here is, there are things that happen in our lives. Sometimes obstacles can come in our lives, hindrance can come in our lives. But the moment that we actually keep our feet planted and stand on our ground and believe in ourselves and have that positive mental attitude, all of these things will eventually dissipate. It will evaporate. It has no choice. Me not able to get a job was a blessing in disguise, because now I hear all of my colleagues who are working now, and they're like, oh, they're pulling their hair out, they're stressed out. There's so much things that they need to do, production. All of this because they're working for somebody else. They can't take vacation when they need to be. All of it is because they're working for somebody else. I'm not saying that it's bad that you're working for somebody else, but all I'm saying is believing in yourself and having a positive mental attitude can steer an individual to see the bigger picture, to see a higher ground, to see a better perspective of life. Let's get into it. The value of having a positive mental attitude as an individual, as a tax preparer, is very, very important. First, we have to recognize that everything works for you. Everything works in our own good. Everything literally works in our own good. Back to the story when I couldn't find a job, at first, I was thinking that it was some shit against me. And I'm like, huh? But there are times when we actually have to sit back and say, okay, am I learning from this lesson? Or do I feel like I'm getting less from this lesson? It's important that we're actually seeing the message and we are learning from that and using that in our lives to help ourselves to become better individuals, to help ourselves to become better tax preparers. Always see the good. Remember, everything is always working for our own good. No matter what it is, it's important to know that everything is always working for your own good. If you've been looking to do taxes, if you've been looking to file taxes, if you've been looking to say, okay, I want to get into the tax industry, the time is now for you to take that life by the horn and take that decision by the horn and just go for it and believe that, hey, it's going to work for my own good. When I was getting my accounting degree when I was getting my accounting degree, believe me or not, I didn't think I was going to be doing taxes. I was thinking I was going to be in some Fortune 500 firm, working as an internal auditor, working in accounts receivable, or doing all this other stream as accountant work. Upon me doing taxes, I realized, hey, I prefer doing taxes than to be doing all those things. This is just my own personal story, because in life, things will happen. Things will happen at any time. And it's important for us to realize that, hey, what is this actually happening? Is it happening for my good? More than likely it is. It definitely is. Another important value into keeping a positive mental attitude Welcome in, welcome wherever you're coming from. Thanks for joining. If you're catching the replay, that's good. Those of you who are online right now, thank you for joining. I want to let you know another important value that we should always embody as a tax preparer, as a tax enthusiast, is to definitely be enthusiastic. You don't want to go and start to speak with a client and you're not showing the enthusiasm. You don't want to go and start to speak with a client. You're not showing that you really want this. I remember when I brought LaShawn in and it was our first year, and she was for those of you who don't know LaShawn is definitely my partner in this. And when I brought her in our first year, she was like, man, how am I ever going to do this? I didn't go to school to be an accountant. I went to school for anthropology. I didn't go to school to come and do this. And I was like, you know what? Just believe in yourself and just know that you're going to be able to get the clients. At first, it was hard for her to get the clients initially, but in that first year, she kicked it up and hit it running. But at first, when you start something new, it comes off a little like, okay, challenging, and you're like, how do I do this? How do I go about this? And I always told her, hey, just always be enthusiastic when you're speaking to the clients. Just always, show that adrenaline, show that pumped up, show that you're ready to help them out. And when you just have this enthusiasm, first of all, it's contagious. It's contagious. I'm sure you all could feel the enthusiasm for me speaking to you all right now because it's contagious. And you can feel the energy because it's contagious. And when you're having that enthusiasm and you walk up to a client, hey, who does your taxes? I can help you out. Okay, come on, true. Let me give you a quote. You smiling with them, you playing with the babies, you excited. This is something that a client will look at you and say, okay, I think I want them to do my tax. I think I want this person to do my taxes because they were being nice to me and they just had good energy. Everything is energy, y'all. Everything in life is very energetic. I remember when I first started doing this, fast forward from when I was doing a TurboTax, I was working with a husband and wife team, right? And this is where I started to understand professionalism as far as understanding the charge of my worth, understanding, having more confidence with myself, having more confidence speaking to customers. And I remember this particular time, I'll go out there to the malls and passing my flyers and harassing people. Hey, who does your taxes? Who does your taxes? And I remember this mother and daughter. The daughter had a child, so she was of age. And I was like, hey, who does your taxes? And they were like, hey, we just came from California. We don't really have nobody right now. And I was like, hey, I could really help you out. Just come into my office. Luckily for me, my office was just down the road. And I was like, hey, y'all just come into the office. I know y'all want to shop real quick, but just come on in and see how much I can get you back. Fast forward, long story short, they came to the office and I did their taxes and they're still coming to me to this day. We're talking about over 10 years ago. Having this enthusiastic feeling, having this enthusiasm within yourself will always, 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 always set you apart from somebody else who's just dry and boring. Don't nobody want to listen to something that's dry and boring. A lot of times our mind is looking to find out what's making us more happy. So I hope this message is making our minds happy right now. We are all relating to this wonderful message. I hope it's keeping you in tune. Let's move on to the next one. Definitely, definitely. A very important value, a very important factor here is be an excellent listener. Don't nobody want to be coming to a tax professional who does not listen to their needs. Be an excellent listener and find out what's going on. Ask your clients questions. It's a lot of value, and it's a lot of things when we could, it's a lot of things that we could learn when we actually could just listen. It's a lot of things. I know a lot of times us as humans, we like to run, talk so much that even when we're supposed to be listening, we are talking over the person who's talking. And it's like, no, you want to actually just listen. Listen to what your client really wants. Listen to their needs. And when you actually just listen, then you can find out something in your arsenal because you're already the skilled professional. So you have things in the arsenal that you could provide as solution. Be an excellent listener. Like, it's so good to maintain a positive mental attitude. You want to be an excellent listener. You want to listen to, okay, how can I help this client out? How can I help them save money? How can I help them get the most of the refund? How can I help them, help them out? Because after all, we are all tax professionals to provide accurate and efficient tax services. So be an excellent listener is very, very important. Another one, look at my notes here, where we at with it. Another one is, first of definitely, focus on purpose. Focus on your purpose. Why is it that I'm a tax professional? What did I join? What did I join this company for? What did I decide to do taxes for? My purpose was, hey, I got an accounting degree. I'm looking to make ends meet. I love helping people. I love speaking to people. Yeah, this is definitely my why. I love doing this. Every year I look forward to this. Like, yeah, we're about to get it again. Because it's my why. It brings me joy to see that I'm helping my fellow tax professionals to level up their tax business. It brings me joy to see that I'm helping my fellow tax preparers, whether you're starting or whether you've been in the game, to grow. It brings me joy, definitely, to help my clients. When I can see my clients smiling in my faces, like just this year, y'all know the whole pandemic and the whole new tax laws made things a little more slow with the IRS. Nevertheless, I still kept all my clients, I still kept them in the loop. I say, okay, this is when you're going to get paid, or you haven't gotten paid yet. Let's just wait. This is the next step you need to do. This is the next step you need to do. That's how you be in the mix, understanding your why. So, ladies and gentlemen, what is your why? If you have been in the tax industry, write down your why right now and just paste it somewhere and just say, you know what, this is my why. This is why I'm doing this. If you haven't decided to start doing taxes yet and you were thinking about it, first of all, write down your why. What is the reason why you want to do this? And then from there, we can now start to build up on that why and build a whole mansion. The foundation got to be strong, though. All right, then let's keep it moving. The next one is, you definitely want to be around somebody you can emulate. You want to get a mentor. A mentor is one of the best things that can help an individual in life, talk less of a tax industry. A great value to keep a positive mental attitude in the tax industry is having somebody that's been there and done it, and then they could just show you the ropes. They could just show you the guidance. They could just show you the keys and the tools to use to incorporate, so that you wouldn't have to make the mistake that they made. Rather, you will gain from the blessing. Because now, when we have mentors, those of us that have mentors in here, you know what it's like when you have a mentor and they are pouring into you, they're giving you all this juice, they're giving you this value, and you were just using that. You were just applying that into your life, using that for the growth, using that to better your life. And now you decide, hey, I feel like I could be a mentor. This is what happened in my life because I had to pay for a mentor. I had to hire a mentor, not just in the tax industry, just in life in general. Because in life is your business. So therefore, what are you doing in life to gain the best out of it? To grow efficiently, to grow effortlessly, to grow with so much substantia. Having that mentor, having that person that you can emulate will definitely help us in life. Ladies and gentlemen, the importance of having a positive mental attitude as a tax preparer, this is it right here, y'all. This is just a few things that we could use that we can now start to realize in our life and use that to better our life, use that to grow, use that to get to the highest of heights. There is nothing stopping any of us, only the limitations we put in our mind. It's a great saying. We don't create abundance. We only create the limitations that stops us from reaching abundance. We're not creating the abundance. The flow is already there. When it's tax season, it's tax season. We don't have to create a tax season. It's tax season. So guess what? People are looking to file. So guess what? The only thing that's stopping a tax preparer from gaining clients at this time is the mindset. That's it. Because every year somebody's turning 18. Every year somebody's having a baby. Every year somebody's starting or finishing school. These are tax factors that we could use to say, okay, I could be gaining more clients every year. And this is why it's important, ladies and gentlemen, that we are incorporating tools to help us to become better individuals, become better tax preparers, and become just better people. To where we're interacting with our clients, where we're interacting with coworkers, when we're interacting with vendors, we're interacting at a state of totality, at a state of positive energy, at a state of positive vibes. And I mean, it's just so powerful, it's just so important that we are now using this to better our lives. We are now using this to reach the highest height. What have I been saying? If you just joining me right now, I'm talking about the importance of a positive attitude as a tax preparer. The first and foremost thing, you want to recognize that everything is happening for your own good. It's always important that we want to recognize that, hey, no matter what's happening in life, it's all happening for my evolutionary process. It's all happening for me to get better in life. It's all happening for me to reach my highest human potential. Another thing, we got to be more enthusiastic, y'all. When you're speaking to clients, be more enthusiastic. Show them that you care. Show them that you're ready to help. Show them that you are doing this out of joy, not just, oh, it's a chore and you want to go and file taxes. That's not a positive mental attitude. All right. Yeah. When you're talking, you sacrificing your breath. And when we sacrificing our breath from talking, we're actually we're actually not helping ourselves out. Welcome in, Advantage Tax. Thank you for joining. So I've just been talking about the importance of having a positive attitude when you are actually being a tax preparer. It's very, very important. And also, you want to focus on your purpose. Focus on what is the purpose? What is the why? Why are you doing this? Why are you in this? Focusing on that purpose will actually help an individual to reach the state of saying, okay, this is why I'm doing this. Even though, we might want to stop, we might be feeling down, or we might be feeling like, oh man, this taxes is so stressful. I'm so tired of it. I don't want to do this again. Just remember, what is your why? Why are you in this? Why am I doing taxes? And last but not the least, you want to be around somebody you can emulate. Be around somebody that's a mentor to you. Be around help an individual grow. Not just you falling so many times and trying to learn, and it's becoming more stressful than something that you could gain. So when we have mentors, we are now looking at it as, okay, I could gain something from this mentor. I could learn from their mistakes and not make those mistakes to better myself in life. That's it, beautiful people. Thank you all for joining. Thank you all for coming through. Definitely very, very important value here to every single one of us. I mean, it's something that we could use to better up our life, to take us to the highest height, take us to different levels. It's something that we could use all the time in life. No matter what we are, no matter what we're doing, we could always maintain that positive mental attitude. No matter what we are, no matter what we're doing, these tools that I'm giving you here, it just doesn't apply to tax professionals. It applies to a life as an individual. So with that being said, thank you all for joining. Thank you all for coming through. If you're looking to work with us, if you're looking to grow your tax business, feel free to hit the website. I'm going to drop that in the comments. Feel free to go to our website, see how we can help you out. We have different things on there that's definitely going to help a tax professional out, no matter what stage of the tax industry they are in. If you are just joining the tax industry, if you've been in the tax industry, or you're looking to grow your tax business, this is definitely a tool that we could use to help you out. We have courses, we have mentorship, we have different things to help an individual out to reach their highest human potential. Peace and blessings to you all. Thank you all for joining. Thank you all for coming through, and much love to you. Remember, you are awesome. And in life, everything is happening for our own good. Everything is happening for our best. Everything is happening for us to reach our highest human potential. Let's keep on doing our best. Let's keep on going for it and be your best self. Peace and blessings, everybody.